Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our final day of scientific notation, day 2. We're going to change scientific notation to a standard number in standard form. Then we're going to also look at ordering scientific notation and as well as multiplying and dividing scientific notation. Let's get into the lesson. First thing here, a single-sided, single-layer DVD has storage capacity of 4.7 gigabytes. 1 gigabyte is equal to 10 to the 9th bytes. So we're just going to go through this table really quick and kind of put some things into it and figure out what these answers may or may be. If you have time and you want to try to practice it on your own, I would suggest pausing the video here first and then trying to fill out that table and then unpausing the video and then coming on back. Okay, welcome back. So we have 4.7 times 10 to the first, which is the same as 4.7 times 10, which tells us just to move that one time to the right, which gives us 47. Okay, 4.7 times 10 squared, that's 4.7 times 100. We have two zeros here, so we got to move this 2 times, means we got to add a 0 there. That's going to be 470. 4.7 times 10 to the third times 1,000, move it 3 times, which gives us 4700. Notice a pattern here. Kind of just adding a 0 on every time. 4.7 times 10 to the fourth, that means a 1 with 4 zeros here. 10,000, which means we got to move this 1 time, which gives us 3 zeros left. 1 more 0 than the last one. And you notice you move the decimal place once to get it to the end, and then after that, you just add zeros to fill it in. Well, what about to the negative? Well, to the negative first means that you times it by a 10th, which means you move it the opposite direction. So instead of moving it to the right, we moved it to the left 1 space to get 0.47. Okay, so to the negative 2 means you got to move it twice. So we're going to get 0.047. And as we're going to keep going, we're just going to keep adding zeros to it. 0.0047, 0.00047. Notice, same number of zeros each time, 2 zeros at the end, 2 zeros at the beginning, 3 zeros at the end, 3 zeros at the beginning. The positive power of 10 is in relation to the decimal. A negative power of 10 is in relation to the decimal. We keep moving. This would be 1 over 10,000. Hope you did a great job there. Next page here. Well, let's try to figure out what's 6.1 times 10 to the negative 2. 6.1 times 10 to the negative 2 means we got to move that decimal 2 times to the left. 1, 2. And put a 0 there. 0.061. And that's it. That's all it is. We move it from one way to the other. And that's all scientific notation to standard form is. You just move that decimal the number of times based on the exponent. Let's look at some ordering here. Order the countries according to the amount of money visitors spent in the United States from greatest to least. Canada spends 1.03 times 10 to the 7th dollars. India 1.83 times 10 to the 6th. Mexico 7.15 times 10 to the 6th. And United Kingdom 1.06 times 10 to the 7th. Well, typically when we do this, we need to just compare our exponents. The lower the exponent, the smaller the number. Okay, so the smaller ones are going to be these two, but these both have the same exponent. Since they have the same exponent, we can't completely judge by that. We have to go by the first number. We say, if we're going from greatest to least, I did this backwards, but that's okay. We'll switch this around and we'll just say this is from least to greatest. Sorry. Let's say least to greatest. Okay. So the smaller number on the front here, since they have the same exponent, the smaller number is 1.83. So I'm going to say India goes first. Okay. Then we know since Mexico was the next with the same exponent, I'm going to say Mexico. Now Canada and the UK both have the same exponent, 7 and 7. So look at my front number, 1.03, 1.06. Which one's smaller? Well, 1.03 is smaller, so it's going to be Canada, and then the United Kingdom. And if you write that from greatest to least, you would say 1, 2, 3, 4 is greatest to least. From least to greatest, we wrote it that way. If you're going greatest from least, you just write it backwards. Let's keep going. Some of the top U.S. cities visited by overseas travelers are shown in the table. Order the cities according to the number of visitors from least to greatest. From least to greatest. Okay? Number of visitors, least to greatest. Well, Boston, 7.21 times 10 to the 5th. 1.3 times 10 to the 6th for Las Vegas. 2.2 times 10 to the 6th for LA. And the Metro DC, 9.01 times 10 to the 5th. And we're going from least to greatest. That means we're looking for the smallest exponent first. 5, 6, 6, and 5. Okay? So we got to check these two now. And we got to look at the number on the front. Since we're going least to greatest, which one's the smallest one? Well, that's Boston at 7.21, which means Metro DC is the next least. So we got these two done. Okay, now we got a 6 on both of these. So now which one's smaller, 1.3 or 2.2? 1.3 is smaller, so that's Las Vegas, followed by Los Angeles, from least to greatest number of overseas travelers. And that's how you order in scientific notation. We look at that exponent first, find the smallest one for least to greatest. If you have the same one, exponent, same exponent of 5, you have to look at the number in the front. Whichever one's smaller is going to be the smallest one. That's it for part 1 of our video. Please check back for part 2. Let me know if you have any questions, like or comment. Send me a message on Schoology, whatever you need to do. Thank you.